The overriding theme of the Gospel of Luke is mercy. There are many examples of Jesus' interactions as well as parables that he told which exhibit that theme of mercy. Both mercy in the forgiveness of sins for those who are repentant of their sins, but also mercy toward those who are poor or injured and who need their bodily needs met as well. So that sort of is encompassed in the concept of mercy. And when we think about the idea of mercy in the Gospel of Luke, we not only have Jesus showing us the way of mercy, but we have to think about what that means in our own lives, not only as it pertains to how we relate to the poor, but in our normal interpersonal relations with people, being offended by people or offending people. But sometimes that apology never comes. Sometimes people don't apologize, and we can feel a bit bent out of shape. We could stew on it and bear resentment for long periods of time. And so that's something that I think the gospel teaches us, and certainly the Gospel of Luke teaches us, that we can't harbor those resentments. We have to love all people for the love of God and wish the best for people. And if somebody doesn't recognize how they've harmed us in some way and don't ultimately come to us with an apology, we can still pray for that person that they will come to knowledge of that offense and to a point of repentance and turning over their own new leaf. Being willing to say you're sorry, not only to feel sorry for what you've done, your sin or your offense, but actually verbalizing it and doing it face to face, and being on the other end of it, being willing to forgive somebody. Both of those require some act of humility, some checking of the ego, sort of. And so that's something to be conscious of, not letting pride creep in too much that would maybe prevent you from being willing to say you're sorry, or being willing to forgive and forget and not let that resentment continue on for years to come, always remembering that wrong that was done to you. So humility is a big thing. Well, the first thing to do is to pray to God, give me humility. That's what we should certainly be that should always be our first step when we're trying to acquire some virtue. God, help me to acquire this virtue. Give me the grace to take this first step toward building this virtue in my life, to getting over my ego, which might be an impediment to good relations with people in my family, with my neighbors, with my coworkers, with people that I just generally don't like and I find it difficult to work with, but I have to, because that's just life. You have to just encounter people that can be difficult. So I wish you all a happy Feast of St. Luke, and I hope you have an enjoyable and restful weekend, and I wish you all God's blessings.